Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan. And today I'm going to be giving you a little stream. Look, it ties in yesterday's game with a lot of issues going on at the club. Basically, what's wrong with our great football institution, Tottenham Hotspur, like the title says. And look, today I'm more so focused on Pochettino, Mourinho, and the players. And then I'll be doing other streams where basically I'll tie that in with transfers, scout network, board, stuff like that. So I have a few of these streams lined up. And look, tonight I'm coming from both objectives. I'm coming from Josie out and I'm coming from Josie in. And I'm going to tie it all together and just hopefully, look, just put my opinion out there basically and see what people make of it. But before we do, let's get into some formalities first. Look, first and foremost, smash a like on the stream. Smash a like on the channel. Also, get your comments in. I see there's already a lot of people eager and been waiting for this, anticipating for this. It's coming out. And also, look, make sure you get your super chats in. I can't tell you how much this really does help the channel grow and how much it helps me be able to put more dedication into the channel. And look, hopefully you enjoy this stream and it reflects that in super chats. And the last one is, lads, is make sure you grab a channel membership because next week I will be hosting, definitely next week. I'm hoping to do next Wednesday. I will be hosting the first call-in show, and of course, you know, that's where you come on and talk about what you would like to talk about. But look, let's ease into the stream first. Let's welcome a few people. We have the regular. He says, profit over glory. Yeah, look, I 100% agree with you. We have Sue Smith. She says, shall we just mail Villa the 3 points and be done with it? Look, on that, Sue Smith, what I'm going to say is look, honestly, like last season, I really wouldn't surprise to see this squad go and win the next few games, wait till top four is in their grasp, and then lose that game, and then we're out of it for Champions League football. I really would not be surprised. We have Wayne Bonner here answering the call. Big up, Wayne. I really, really appreciate the super chat, my man. He says, Enoch is what's wrong. I said a while back they'll kill our football club, and they are. No, look, you know, me and Marcelo, we spoke a lot about Enoch before. I did want to kind of park that until the end of the season. But with what's going on now, I think kind of is the right time to kind of put my perspective on it. And look, hopefully open up a few minds and look back from issues from long ago to now and why I think this manager's job right now is a poison chalice. And we also have Adam Fox, but big up Wayne Bonner for the super chat, man. I really, really do appreciate it. Good evening, everyone. I'm still absolutely gutted after last night. I can't get over it. No, look, I'm the same, man. I was up till 5, 6 a.m. this morning just thinking and thinking. You know, it's a hard one to take. Whether you're Josie in or Josie out, it's no way to represent the badge of this club. We have Jason Fox. He says, such a rubbish performance. What happened to a club? Well, look, Jason, hopefully over the course of this stream, I'll be able to tell you what I think has happened to this club. Everything football, big up Fen. Lads, things need to be addressed at this club. David, stay strong. Oh, yeah, 100%. And he says, come on, you Spurs. No, look, 100% things do need to be addressed. And don't worry about me, man. I'm always strong, lad. I'm the Irish Hotspur. I made it tough stuff, this Irish man. And we have Ollie Wright. He says, Adam Fox, totally agreeing, being gutted all day. 100%. Adam Fox, what's wrong with our club in the fact that we haven't replaced players that we should have? No squad can go so many players without change. The board have been architects to downfall on the pitch. Adam, kind of sums up what my stream is about, to be honest with you. And I go into a lot of things. Welcome, that's Tottenham. What's happened to Tottenham Hotspur? Marcelo, big up Marcelo. Remember to like and subscribe and get those super chats in. Big up Marcelo. What I want to say to you, Marcelo, is, look, I know we've already spoken, but I want to do it now as well. I don't want to delve into it, but look, things got heated last night. And I just want to apologise for my part that I played and in everything. And that's that. We're going to move on. Let's not make a big deal out of it. Emotions run high after games like last night. Inkosi Amuja, I hope I got that right, my man. People have been saying that if fans were in the stadium, that Jose's style wouldn't be replaced, wouldn't be tolerated. I think it's the players' efforts rather than tactics. Yeah, look, hopefully my stream, what I have to say will kind of go along that lines in a way. It will. Hopefully it will. We have Mr. K, big up Mr. K, Harris Army General. Hi all, come on you Spurs, Harris Army. We have Celery Agent, big up Celery Agent. Let's see who else we have. Jesus, lads, the chat is flying. Big up, everybody. Welcome. Max, such a tough loss. No heart. Big up, Mac. I fully agree with you, my man. Paul Markey, Solskjaer's causing disruption within the squad, in my opinion, is Deli Wink, Styles, Sissoko, Aurier, and Bergwijn. Stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say, Paul Markey, is stay tuned. We have Lolo K, 93. It doesn't matter who the Tottenham manager is. It doesn't matter who the players are. Tottenham will never succeed without Enoch in charge. Get on board with Enoch out. Look, the first part of the statement about the managers, I fully agree. Second part with the players, no, the players have to rotate. I'm going to explain that as well. And I'm going to explain what I think on the board as well. Big up, Holly. David, always a straight talker. Say it how it is. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Holly. Really appreciate it. We have Not Nurse 17, Marcelo, thoughts on Sabitzer's goal. I didn't see it, to be honest. We have Will Stewart, THSA rants. Big up Will Stewart with the super chat. Really do appreciate it, brother. By the way, everyone get over and check out his show. He has a brilliant idea, especially for all the people over that side of the world, America, Canada, that tune into my stream late at nights. This guy is coming up with a platform for you guys that suits your time of the evening when you can settle down. And also any Koreans that tune in, he speaks Korean as well, so it's going to suit you as well. So he's a wonderful concept. And look, guys, get over there, show him your support. I know he nearly got 50 subscribers in the first day of the channel. I want to see another 50 today. At the Harris Army can definitely make that happen. Big up, Will. He says, too many words out now about the poison players in the club. Send them all to the under-23s to the end of the season and strip them out of squad numbers. Look, you know, some of them do deserve it, Will. Some of them do deserve it. But I am a believer that we do need to use some of these players until the end of the season. But honestly, I'm going to go into a bit on the Ali and Mourinho situation and why Mourinho needed to play that the way he did. And I hope it makes sense to everybody. But stay tuned, Will. Great talk, great comment. And thank you so much for the super chat. Wayne Winter with another super chat. Or Wayne Winter with a super chat. I believe some players are poisoning the others. Wayne, what I want to say, first of all, forget about Tottenham, forget about results last night. I hope you're recovering, my man. I hope you're keeping well. That's first and foremost. On last night, I agree. And again, my stream will cover that. We want to welcome Runa LB, Sean Moran. We want to welcome Roberto da Silva. We want to welcome Jamie Killeen. We want to welcome channel member Joe Grimes. Luis was talking about Deli, Ali, and Wing Swingen for not playing. Fair point. We have Carl Simpson. We have Wayne Winter with another super chat. David, they're more behind the scenes than what we know. No, 100%. But just stay with the stream. That's all I can ask everybody. We have 80 people tuning in already. That's mad. Honestly, for my first stream in ages on my own, which I'm nervous about, it's absolutely crazy. Big up, everybody. But please just bear with me through the stream. You're going to have to watch everything that I say tonight in order for it to make sense. So I just ask you, I just want to interact with a few people, welcome a few people. I haven't been able to lately with some of the guests we've had on, and, you know, with some of their wisdom and some of the stuff to talk about. I don't want to interrupt them. I want to let them have their say. So I haven't been able to interact with much of you lately. So I'm just going to take the first few minutes of this stream to do that. We have Richard Evans. Big up, Richard Evans. We have Jonesy. We have G Mart. Big up, everybody. We have Wesley. Jesus, lads, it's flying. We have Inkosiamuja. I think we've already seen him. We have AG. We have Bob Squash. Love that name, Bob Squash. We have Messi the GOAT, the great. We have Dan the man. We have Awesome R. Big up, Awesome R. Thank you so much for the super chat, my man. I really do appreciate it. He says, Dave, let me tell you what's going on with this with this Tottenham. They're loser. The coach doesn't own the club. You as a player should play for the badge, not the coach. Players need tough love. Look, I was actually on just on that. I was actually on Chris Cowland's show last night. And I was sitting there listening to people talking, and I was kind of sitting there, and I just dawned upon something. When have we got to the point that, you know, it's up to the manager to get the players out there to play and not the players to play for their position in the squad? How has that crept in? I don't understand how Tottenham has come to that, where you should have players that are fighting to represent this club, to go for glory, to dare to do. It's the motto. to come out and represent this club and play a game. When have we, and try and force the way into managers' plans, when have we gone to the opposite way where it's up to the manager to get them out to the field to play? It's insane. No football club can be run like that. None whatsoever. It's absolutely ridiculous. Wayne Bonner, channel member. But big up Osmar for the super chat, man. Really do appreciate it. Let me just finish addressing it. I'm not sure I addressed the whole lot of it. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, so the players losing mentality. I'm going to go into that as well. Trust me. But yeah, I think I addressed it. Big up Osmar for the super chat, man. Wayne Bonner, channel member. No manager will ever succeed at our club with the current plan. Hugo, our captain, said it. Not fully agree. Let's welcome Connor Cusack as well. Let's welcome Nathan Callow. Let's welcome Abby Light. Yeah, Lily White Lane. Welcome, Lily White Lane. Big up. We have Dave. What happened to the Bergvine that ran through United? Look, your guess is as good as mine. Bobby Singh. With Bergvine, look, you can have all the potential you want. And I always say this, you have to have it up here and be switched on up here to be able to make the elite level and to do it on a consistent basis. And he just doesn't have it right now. He's still raw. Bobby Singh, hi buddy, big changes needed from top to bottom regarding the board. No one has had the money to buy Enoch out at the moment, so we're stuck with them for now, unfortunately. Look, Bobby, absolutely agree with you. Look, a change is needed from top to bottom. One thing I do want to say to you, Bobby, is it's just throughout this course of the stream. If we could put away the Josie out, Josie in that we always talk about, if you could just listen to what I'm going to say, I think it would shed light on a few things. But Bobby, I also want to say I appreciate the message last night as well, my man. Doesn't go unnoticed. Big up. Again, another brilliant channel. Another passionate Spurs fan, lads. Get over, check him out. It's great that we have all these channels now. Get over and check him out. Smash the like and smash the subscribe. We have another super chat to get to, and then I'm going to go and get into it, lads. We have Wayne Winter saying, big up Lily White Lane. Too much career or cancer in the team, 100%. Jonesy, if we don't beat Villa, obvious he will be gone. No, look, ultimately I do think Josie is going to end up carrying the can. I do think he's going to be sacked. I've made that clear on a few discussions now. But I'm just going to have a few things to say throughout the course of this stream. I just want people to bear with it. Can't back Mourinho anymore. AIMZ. Yeah, look, that's fair. If you hate the manager, do it for the badge and your pride. 100%. 100% I agree. I'll just get to this super chat, lads, and then we're really, really going to get into what I have to say. Wayne Winter with another super chat. Big up, Wayno. You're always right, lad. Thanks for the kind thoughts. Everyone bang those buttons. You know what to do. Look, I'm not always right. I'm not always right. There's other people out there being right. Look, over the course of this season, Josie Ins has been right. Josie Outs has been right. One thing we do all need to do is listen to each other and learn from each other. That's my conclusion over the last few days, especially over today when I've had time to sit down and think about it. I don't want to be bogged down in this Josie in out situation anymore. And I'm hoping that this stream, people will like it and that a lot of people actually, the word will be spread about this and people tune in and kind of get a good gauge of what I'm about to talk about today. And of course, Wayne, everyone, you know what to do. Smash that like button. Big up, Wayno. True General of the Harris Army as well. Sam, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it, my man. Really, really do. And lads, Jesus Christ, the chat is hopping. We have loads of people. I want to let's welcome Paddy Harnett, Paul Brown, Clegg UK, Island Life, Brian Daigle, The Masher, Cody Mack, Jose Spurs. Welcome, everybody. We have Neil Williams. Everybody, welcome. But look, lads, I don't want to keep you too long. It's a Friday night. So before we do get into it, I just want to welcome channel members. We're up to 13 already, which is absolutely amazing. And we've also smashed the target of 1.5k subscribers. That is amazing, lads. I never thought, I thought I'd be lucky to get 50 people to listen to me, let alone 1,500. That is absolutely insane. Thank you so much to everybody. It really, I really do appreciate it. It doesn't go unnoticed. And channel members, Joe Grimes, Wayne Winter, Brian Daigle, THFC Rants, Will Stewart, Matthew Collins, Wayne Bonner, Elliot Walsh, Jordo Stevens, Spartan T7 Gaming, Adam Fox, Arthur Everett, Premier Hotspur TV, and Willa Faludin. I hope I got that one right. So look, lads, I'm going to get into it now. So last night's game, look, there are a lot of questions, and throughout the course of this stream, I have to go through some Josie in and Josie out things to be able to get to the conclusion I've come to. So look, last night, the starting 11, we all would have said, you know, we needed to rest some players. It was evident after the North London derby. So he done that. Now, every player that he started last night were here before Mourinho and were here under Pochettino. Every single one of them. And the back four that actually played last night, lads, was the exact same back four that played last week when we kept the clean sheet and they didn't threaten us. So, look, I want to get into that then. I want to get into the players here under Poch. So I'm going to get into that now, but unfortunately we have a super chat, so we have to take it. Paul Markey, big up Paul Markey with the super chat, brother. Really do appreciate it. Just watched the interview between Lineker and Poch when he told us the painful squad rebuild was required. Enoch felt both Poch and Jose with regard to this result, a squad with division and cowardice. No, look, 100% I agree with you, Wayne. Or Paul, I really do agree with that, man. Look, I am actually going to talk about this rebuild, and I'm actually going to talk about it being maybe a lot bigger than what we ever anticipated when you take in all things out of the media issue, all things that have come out over this time. It's kind of been genius from Daniel Levy and Spurs in a way. It's been good in a way, but a good cover-up in a way, and you're going to see what I mean throughout the stream, man. But big up, Paul. I really do agree with you. So look, let's talk about Poch. So I don't want to delve into too much over, you know, the first couple of years of Poch. What he done was amazing, and I'm not dissing Poch here before anyone gets on my case either. Just hear me out and let me make my points. So look, under Poch, right, the prime squad was Hugo Lloris, a centre-back partnership of Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld, left-back Danny Rose, right-back Kyle Walker, centre midfield of Wanyama and Dembele. Then you had Eriksen, Ali, Son, and Kane. Okay? So then we so when you lose the likes of which players that we ended up losing out of that squad, right, was Rose, Walker, Dembele, and Wanyama. All came out of the squad, all influential. Now, we never replaced them. Right? And what happened is that Poch was forced to start using some of the players that he never really wanted to use in the first place. And I will get on to that in a little while on why he never wanted to work with them. And just hear me out, which is he had to start playing Ben Davies at left back. He had to start rotating between Trippier and Aurier at right back. Trippier cost us loads of games, and just as much as Aurier did with the calamity stakes. He had to make up a partnership of Harry Winks and Sissoko. You know, Sissoko, he didn't really want to use. He had no option but to use him. Same as Winks. He had to start using... well, he didn't really use Lamela and Lucas too often. The only time he kind of really... Lucas was in and out of the team. He was a rotation player. But the only time we ever kind of talked about Lucas on the Poch was Amsterdam. And then you talk about, like, Dele Alli. So Dele Alli actually stopped performing a good year before Pochettino left. A good year before Pochettino left. And, like, this is people say, oh, Dele Alli, like, the way Jose Mourinho is treating Dele Alli. But he was playing badly a good year before. And I'm going to get into this now in a second. But we have a super chat here, and I have to take it. Everyone knows that that's the situation around here at the Irish Hotspur. And after the stream, lads, I just want to get through what I want to say as well. But after the stream, I will be taking the people in the live chat that can't put in the super chats due to circumstances. Matty Hayes, Tottenham blog with the super chat. Big up, Matty. Honestly, man, you really don't have to do that. I really do appreciate it. Get those super chats in to support this absolute legend who works tirelessly on his own channel and so many others for bringing you consistent and top class fan content. My channel would be nothing without him. Hashtag the Harris Army. Matty, big yourself up, man. I really do appreciate it. But honestly, we all know the truth. My channel wouldn't be happening without you. You took the time out when I was just a nobody. to bring me on your channel, hear me out, help me set up my channel. Endless nights I was sitting there annoying you, asking questions, and all you done was consistently help me with answers. And honestly, that I'll never forget that. I really do appreciate it. Without the Irish Hotspur, there's no Matt Hayes. So, man, everything I do for you is owed. I really do appreciate your support. Big yourself up, man. I really, honestly, that's amazing. So, look, I want to get into Dele Alli, and then I'm going to go back. And the reason, look, I am reading, but the reason why I'm reading is because I had to write out because there was way too much to remember. So just let me find the Dele Alli piece here that I have written out. No, I won't. I'll just come to it when I come to it, lads. It's going to take too long to find it. So look, I'm just going to continue on with where I was. So I am. But big up Matt Hayes, by the way. We have Mark Oyes. Big up the Irish Mafia. Big up, man. Really do appreciate it. We have Sue Smith as well. Thank you, Sue. No, but so look. So the performances dipped when Poch had to start using the likes of these players, right? Performances dipped. They weren't capable of playing the high press, aggressive possession-based playing style that we were playing underneath Pochettino, because the quality between the two, between Walker and the rest of the right backs, Danny Rose and Ben Davies, the two midfielders, Wanyama, Dembele, Winks, and Sissoko, the quality was too massive, and he didn't get the investment at all. You know what I mean? So he had to start working with these players, even though he didn't want to. And we know he didn't want to, because a lot of the time, apart from one or two changes here, Poch consistently tried to stick with the same 11. He didn't really have plans for some of these players. They were only ever dipped in, dipped out. They were never starters under Pochettino. But when they had to become starters, let's face it, the whole pressing game stopped. It completely stopped, right? From the November of the Champions League run that we went on, if we didn't go to the Champions League final, people would have sat there, because the Champions League final, it cost Pochettino his job. It covered up so much things for the board. So much, because if we didn't go to that final, we would have all been sitting here and said, from that November to the end of the season, what the hell is going on? But no one did, because we were all gassed up over the Champions League final. Rightly so, gassed up over it. But we would have all sat here and said, what the hell is going on, if that didn't happen? Do you know what I mean? And then when you take that result from that November to the following November, in and around when Poch lost his job, lads, right? If you add them points up, we would have been relegated. We would have been relegated if that was one full season with them results and we stuck with Poch. We would have been relegated. And that's the simple fact of the matter. Go and do your research. It's the truth. And that would never have happened if Poch didn't have to start using the likes of Davies, Sissoko, Winks, players like this that had to come in. He had no option but to play them, because he didn't get the backing that he was crying out for in the press. No option to play them. And that's ultimately what cost Pochettino his job. Did they stop the pressing game under Poch because they didn't believe in it as well? Or because of the nucleus of that squad of being together for 5 years, they're older, they're not as spring chickens and as hungry as they were, right? And they just cannot play that much. They just cannot play that way anymore. 5 years of playing at that intensity takes it out of you. You've seen it with Liverpool. The signs are there. You have to rotate the squad after that sort of intensity. We haven't done it. The same nucleus of that squad is still here under Mourinho. It's slightly changing with the transfer market we had, but it's not changed yet. It's not changed enough. So 5 years, like, you can't keep playing that intensity. It takes a toll on your body, so you have to look for new ideas and different ways of playing, right? And then now Mourinho has a squad where we are talking about Lamela, Sissoko, Winks, Aurier, Dyer, Sanchez, Lucas Moura. Do you know what I mean? The only time, like I said, we spoke about Lucas Moura was about his game in Amsterdam. Now, under Pochettino, we rarely ever talked about these players. Rarely ever talked about these players because they were nobodies in the squad. Nobodies. So far, to summarise where we're at, when Pochettino had to start using the likes of these players, He got sacked, and it cost him his job because they couldn't play the football they were playing, the Pochettino way, right? So now Mourinho has inherited this squad, right, which wasn't the core Pochettino squad, and people are expecting him to do worldies with it. Now, if Poch didn't really want to work with them and they only came in when he had no option, and the likes of Wanyama's knees were busted, Dembele's knees were busted, they had to go. Danny Rose, the issues, he had to go. Walker was sold, never really replaced him. Replaced him with Aurier, Trippier, calamity players. Well, Trippier, he was already at the club, but he had to play then, even though everyone knew he wasn't good enough. And when these players started playing, we couldn't play that way, and it cost Pochettino his job. So why are we expecting Mourinho now, all of a sudden, to be able to work with Lamela, Sissoko, Winks, Aurier, Dyer, Sanchez, Davies, Lucas Moura, when Pochettino didn't want to work with them, and they couldn't because they ended up costing him his job and his playing style and his reputation in many ways. So it's very hard for another manager to come in, especially when this is the nucleus of his squad. This is the nucleus of what he has to work with. Just think back, we never spoke about any of these players until they started playing regularly under Poch, cost him his job, and now with Mourinho. So why are we expecting Mourinho to be able to just work wonders with this squad? We're asking too much of the man, and one man can only change so much. The institution has to change around him first. So I've said that. So in hindsight, right, Poch didn't trust these players or really want to work with them. And when he had to, because of the lack of investment, results turned, performances dropped, Poch lost his job and didn't want to work with them. And basically, he was saying that in the press conference. He was sitting there, I need players, I want investment, this, that, and the other. It never came. He sat there, he said, painful rebuild. They didn't want to do it. They did not want to do it. I'm like, oh yeah, so my bit on Dele Alli. Dele Alli was shite for a whole year under Pochettino. For a whole year, but Poch kept playing him and the reason why he kept playing with him is because he didn't trust anyone else to come in. He didn't trust Lamela to be able to step in. He didn't trust Lucas to be able to step in regularly and consistently. So he stuck with Dele Alli, even though Dele Alli didn't warrant to play. And we all sat there under Pochettino and was saying, why is he, he needs to drop Dele Alli. Why does he keep resisting with Dele Alli, this, that, and the other? You know what I mean? So that was already there under Pochettino. Pochettino, basically, he didn't trust, like I was saying. So where are we now? Yeah, so look, when Mourinho actually first came in, lads, Mourinho was actually using him, right, when he first came in, but he didn't want to put in the work and pull the Mourinho away. Now, when you're a new manager, right, and you come into a club, you're in a situation where it's kind of like with Dele Alli, right? If he doesn't pull that way, and you've spoke to him, you've put your arm around him, you've tried motivating him by calling him out, you've tried every sort of way, right? And you can't get him to sing the tune. Now, as a new manager, do you sit there and you just keep persisting with Dele Alli and ultimately show that the players have the power? Or do you come in and stamp your authority and show you have the power and you outcast Dele Alli and show him what the other players doing on training ground? That's what you need to do to get in the team. I've told you what you need to do it, and you can play. So, like, at that stage, what do you expect Mourinho to do? Lose the dressing room straight away or stamp his authority on the squad? Obviously, anyone in that position, in any walk of life in a manager, everyone put yourself in that position. For the sake of one player, you put your stamp on the squad because you want them to do what you want to do. Football is a short-term results business. So ultimately, you basically do what they want you to do. And we have Shane O'Neill here with a super chat. Big up, Shane. We never listened to a Spurs fan. I had so much in common with. Nothing wrong with wanting success. Spot on with your point, Davey. Fair play. Big up, Shane O'Neill. I really do appreciate it, man. That super chat is amazing. Everyone else, get your super chat in and let me know your thoughts onto where we are up to right now. I want to keep going because I don't want to get distracted as well. But big up, Shane O'Neill. So like he has to send that message, Mourinho. He has to send that message out to the rest of the squad, which what he done. So I think everybody can kind of, from that understanding, you can kind of agree with what he done there in that position he's in. So then, look, you have to think as well, Mourinho, he also lost Eriksen through no fault of his own. Levy was hiding behind Mourinho. We all seen it on the documentary. Asking Mourinho, can you get him to sign? Will you have a word with him? See if he can sign. Right? And ultimately, the damage was already done before Mourinho got here. There's nothing he could do. He lost Eriksen, who may I add was also shit under Pochettino. But he was already tuned out of the club. There's nothing he could do there. Matt here says, share the stream if you're enjoying. Please do, lads. We're up to 142 watchers already. It's absolutely insane, man. I hope people, I really do, once I finish, want to get people's perspective on it. Brian Island says, big up, David. Jesus, we have 2 super chats in here, lads. Give me 1 minute. We'll get to them. So we have Fuller Faladun with $15. No actually thing there. But look, what I say to you is, I think you might have just missed the message. Put it in the chat. I'll keep an eye out for it, and I will get it up, my man. Yeah, so big up. Thank you so much for the super chat. Just put your comment in the chat, and I will bring it up. I really do appreciate it. So, yeah, where we're at. Yeah, with Eriksen, right? So that's the situation with Eriksen. The damage was already done before Mourinho walked in. So now what's happened is he's also lost Christian Eriksen. And now just bear with me. And when I do say things, you also need to remember what I have said already. So Kane, right? When Mourinho came, Harry Kane had that interview with one of the Redknaps. I don't know. I think it was Jamie. And he's saying, well, look, as long as Tottenham go the right way, I'll stay. But, you know, if it doesn't, that's when I might consider leaving. So he was making noises about leaving Tottenham. Okay? Mourinho, when he came in, he asked Harry Kane to stick with him, and I'm going to make you into one of the great players. And ultimately, that's what he done. Ultimately, that is what he done, lads. You know what I mean? You can't argue. Kane has took his game to another level. Is exactly what he done. But the reason why them noises of Kane leaving stopped coming out was because Mourinho asked him to stick with him, and Kane believed in him and said, yes, I will stick with you. Now, I'm going to get on to reasons why I think he might leave and he won't stick around for a new manager. So hear me out on that. But this is where I'm at so far. Yeah, so, you know what I mean? And the same was said with Toby Alderweireld. When Toby Alderweireld signed his new contract, the very first thing he said is, the reason why I signed and wanted to stay is because I've always wanted to work with Mourinho. So that's now Kane and Alderweireld who have stayed because of Jose Mourinho. 2 players that, you know, ultimately were looking to go. They were going to give it that year and they were gone. The noises were there. They didn't want to be here. You know what I mean? Then you go into Jan Vertonghen. He's also lost Jan Vertonghen from that now. Jan Vertonghen has not been replaced, lads. Jan Vertonghen has not been replaced. No one can sit here and say Joe Rodon is a Jan Vertonghen replacement. Insane. Jan Vertonghen has not been replaced. So he's lost a player of that centre-back partnership between Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen. Has not been replaced, right? Toby is also past his best. Look, he's good to dip in and out right now. He can play 2 games a week, but he can't play him as regularly as we need to play him. He's past his best. He can't give us what he was giving us. Not through any fault of his own. And let me be clear of that. Not through any fault of his own. Big up Brian Daigle here with the super chat. I have said this a few times now, but if we get rid of Jose, it's now not about who we can get, but who we want to take the job and work with Levy. He screwed over every manager. Brian, 100% I agree with you. And you're a man I do want to get on for my next show. So I do have you in mind. Just I echo your sentiments, and thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate it. Everyone else, keep getting your super chats in, lads. I really do appreciate it. So where were we? Yeah, with Toby being past his best. We can all sit here and agree this, lads. Harry Kane. Harry Kane is older. He can't move the same way he once did after his injuries. He's not the same player he was 2-3 years ago. But what Mourinho has done is adapted his game. He's made his numbers as best as they ever were by helping him drop deep with assists, playing his all-around game. He's unmarkable. He's become unmarkable. You don't know whether he's going to drop deep, sit up top. He can shoot from distance. He could be a goal poacher. Mourinho has made him unmarkable. Mourinho has took him from, and I hate to say this, lads, but from, you know, a player that, you know, potentially Real Madrid and that to a player that Lewandowski at Bayern Munich, he's not getting any younger. What's to say they don't put all their bets on Harry Kane to go and do that? Because, boy, Jesus, he can go and play there, 100%. Big up Sean Mitchell with the super chat. Serious clear out needed. This is a joke. 100% Sean. But listen, it gets worse, my man. It gets worse. And I've sat here and I've done all this all day. And I really do hope people appreciate it. I think the super chats are showing that. So big up, everybody. Let's see if there's any more super chats before we move on. And guys, like I did say, anyone new tuning in the comments in this, obviously super chats take preference. I stop what I do and I talk about them. But ultimately, I want to get back to my what I have all written out here. And the reason why I wrote it out is because there was too much to remember, and I wanted to put it across in a structured way as well. And I did say at the end, then I will get everyone's thoughts on it as well. And there's 151 people watching. Make sure you smash a like, smash a subscribe on the channel. Everyone, big yourselves up for tuning in. It's 11:05 on a Friday night. It's absolutely madness. 151 people want to sit here and watch me talk about my club. It's mad, especially because it's the first stream I've done on my own in a long time. But lads, let's get back to this. So yeah, we were talking a bit about Harry Kane not being the same player. Can't really do that pressing. He can do it a couple of times, but he can't do it on a consistent basis. We've seen this, lads. Then you go on to Hugo Lloris. He's at the end of his career. So, he's getting older. Son is also getting older. Son is another 4 or 5 years into his career now. He doesn't have the same energy to keep pressing all the time. We've seen how tired he is. You know what I mean? So it's kind of come to a point where these players, they literally can't play that pressing game every week. They just can't do it, lads. You know what I mean? And that's why, and I'm going to get onto this, but that's why you're seeing Mourinho mix things up. And it answers a few questions. So, because the questions were Mourinho's man management. Now, I'm going to get onto that in a minute. Does Jose set him up with tactics? For me, the only question that can be asked to him last night is, should he have sent out the big guns? But I've answered my opinion on that. That is the question you can ask. Rightfully so asked that. Everyone's going to have their opinions. But mine is that, players needed rest. Højbjerg couldn't play, suspended. Son out, injured. Ndombele needed rest. We've seen that from the North London Derby. Toby Alderweireld can't play these games. We've seen that. Gareth Bale needed rest. We've seen that. You know what I mean? So this sort of stuff happens, lads. So so he had to rest the players, if you get what I mean. He had to rest them. Big up Gavin Phillips with the super chat, my man. I really do appreciate it. Big yourself up. Absolute legend. There is no chat there. I presume you want to kind of talk a bit about Liverpool. But look, put it in the comment section. I'll get it up, my man. And same to that other guy, Wolf Faroon as well. I haven't forgotten. Put it in. I'm going to keep an eye out for, but I'm going to keep going, lads. So now Hugo Lloris, or now on a bit on Daniel Levy, lads. So did Levy play a genius business strategy and see Mourinho as the only hope of keeping these players at the club because Pochettino couldn't? And the reason why I say that is because, remember we said there was noise of them all wanting to go. They were all checked out of the club. They were all going through the motions that season and wanted to go at the end of it. So that's the question. Did Levy pinpoint Mourinho as the only manager that could come in and keep these guys at the club? And if they stayed for Mourinho, well, if he goes, do they go with him? This is the thing. And the reason why I say it's a genius business move by Daniel Levy, because what he's done is he has hid how massive this rebuild was. Because with Mourinho being able to keep the likes of Alderweireld and Kane, you know what I mean? Basically what it's done is it's saved money in terms of having to go out and buy a world-class striker and a world-class centre-back. And maybe he thought Mourinho could get more out of these players that Pochettino ultimately, like we were saying throughout, remember the past bit of the stream, that Pochettino, when we established this, he didn't really want to work with them. And when he had to, they cost him his job. And so you can also argue, and I'm going to get onto this, that Mourinho has actually got more out of them. But by employing Mourinho, what he has done has hid the issues and how serious this painful rebuild was. And I'm going to get onto that now in a few minutes as well, so stay tuned. We have a couple of super chats here first. We have Brandon Sebastian. Well said. You actually give deep factual insight. No question. The higher ups look the other way in regards of team building for years. It's actually mind blowing. Better days ahead. Big up, Brandon. Brandon, you've seen the light. I've woke somebody up. My man, Brando, thank you so much for the super chat. Fully agree with you. And that just shows me and a few people viewing in. People are actually listening to it. So big up, whether you're Josie in, Josie out. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Let's get on to Wayne Winter super chat here. My man, people say on TV, Harry should leave for a trophy. But ask yourself this. What better trophy or statue for all-time goals it could be? Oh, 1 second. So people say on TV, Harry should leave for a trophy. But ask yourself this. What better a trophy is a statue for all-time goals in the last 70 years? No, look, that would be nice. Everyone, look, I would love a statue outside where I live, the Irish Hotspur, a YouTube king. Let's remember him. Yeah, I'd love a statue, but ultimately, as a professional footballer, you do want the trophies. You don't play to have a statue. You play to win trophies. You play because you want to be in World Cup finals, Champions League finals. You want to be in the shots at the end of it every year, lifting up the Premier League trophy. That's what you play football. Not like there are some footballers I've listened. Like I said, everyone knows I listen to a lot of podcasts where some of them don't like football, but ultimately they're good enough at it, and they come into football for the money. You know what I mean? But ultimately, when you're a born winner like Kane's son and Lloris, Alderweireld, players like that, you're not in football for a statue. You're in for trophies, and that's it. And I'm going to get on to that as well. But big up Wayne Winter with the super chat, my man. I just want to see if Gavin Phillips or Faroud, Mr. Faroud, put in their chat for the super chats. I'm not 100% sure. No, I can't see it here, lads. No, they haven't yet. Maybe they just wanted to donate because they find it such a fantastic stream. Who knows, lads? But anyway, let's get back to it. So now we go back to some of the players that played last night. Okay? So Harry Winks. Now, everyone needs to remember this. I call him Harry Stinks, by the way. Let's call him Harry Stinks. He's correct name. Harry Stinks. He knocked on Mourinho's door, lads, right? He went in, knock, 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 knock. Jose, can I have a conversation? Yeah, Harry Stinks, come on in, sit down. Okay, Jose, look, the situation is I want to play first team football because I want to make the Euros. So Jose's sitting there, okay. But I haven't heard you say you want to play first team football because of Tottenham or because you think you can help the team. It's all self-interest. It's because you want to be in the squad for the Euros. Nothing about the club. Could not give a shit. Apparently this guy's a fan. Couldn't give a flying shit about the club. No. He wants to be in the England squad for the fucking Euros. That's where Harry Winks' mind is at, right? So yeah, when he's gotten his chances, he hasn't took them. Let's be honest. Harry Stinks hasn't took his chances, right? He gets dropped from the England squad. He gets told through the press, right, to make special allowance for Mr. Stinks, through the press, Harry Winks. If you can get back in the Tottenham team, and you can get playing regular football, you will get back in the England team. What more motivation does this guy want? What more motivation does this guy want? He didn't give a shit about the club. He was all talking about representing England. So the England motivation is there for him. What more does he want? And what does he do? Play shit. Play shit. Right? Dyer. He's come out and said he thinks he's playing well. Right? Dyer thinks he's playing well this season. 4 months does not make a good season. Deluded. And these are the people we're talking about. This is what's costing us. Players like this, Winks, couldn't give a shit about Tottenham. All he cares about is the Euro. You have Moon Boots here. So right now with Dyer, he was given a new contract. And he was converted to a centre-back. Right? And the reason why that happened, because we didn't get a centre-back in the window. So these people that say Mourinho hasn't tried anything, or he's not working with this squad, this group of players. Eric Dyer's prime example. He doesn't have the centre-backs he needs. He doesn't really trust Davinson Sanchez, let's be honest. Even though he's had a few good games, he was shit last night. But he doesn't trust him. So what Mourinho's done, he's looked at the squad and said, okay, Dyer has potential. So he's tried to stick with it. Right? It hasn't worked out. But hey-ho, is that Mourinho's fault? No. He tried to work with the squad and he tried something. He's trying to use his expertise. That's what he's trying. The reason why Poch didn't try that is because he didn't need to. He wasn't in that position. When you have an over-the-hill Toby Alderweireld, you're playing 3-4 games a week, and you have to use your squad, and you're having to use Dyer and Sanchez, that's not his problem. They shouldn't be here. Ultimately, Pochettino didn't even want to use them. Sanchez was a nobody until we got an injury to Vertonghen. Nobody until Vertonghen got his concussion. And when he comes in, he plays shit. Poch loses his job. The signs are there. These players are shit. They're not good enough. They were all here before Mourinho. Anyway, so look, he signs his new contract. So I think the answer to three of the Josie out questions are answered here. What is he doing on the training ground? Well, he's clearly trying to, train Dyer to be a centre back. He's clearly trying things. He switched up formations, and I'm going to get into that. That also answers why does he believe in Dyer so much? Because he's no option but to try and make it an option for a centre back. That's, you know what I mean. We wanted a centre back that could come in and genuinely play beside Toby, be solid at the back. We got Joe Rodon. Now with Joe Rodon, okay, he's come in, but Mourinho's watching him on the training ground every week. He clearly doesn't think he's good enough to be at Premier League level. And that's where he's at with that. Tanganga. Okay, with Tanganga, I actually do believe Mourinho's wrong on this. I think he should be giving the kid a chance to shine. I can see that point. But ultimately, why Dyer was given a contract and played as centre-backs because Mourinho had no option but to try and do something. So that also answers the question is about working with the squad. You know what I mean? So he is working with the squad. So when you take your head out and say, throughout these statements, he's not working with the squad, he's not working with what he has. He clearly is. And there's more examples of this. And I'm going to go on. He clearly is. Okay? So, yeah. So that's that part. So, let's get on to Ndombele. So, Pochettino couldn't get a song out of Ndombele. Mourinho also has got more out of Dembele than what Poch did. Let's be honest, Poch, he couldn't get on the field under Poch. Mourinho showed patience, stuck with him. He's got him out there. And the reason why he done that, because Moussa Sissoko and Harry Stinks are shit and not good enough. The midfield duo that cost Pochettino his job. Played last night, what happened? Stunk the place out. Stunk the Maximir Stadium out. That's what they done. Moussa Sissoko is off the back of a French call-up. What more motivation does two centre midfielders need? And they absolutely shat the pants. Shat the pants. You know what I mean? So, and with this, what Mourinho has done, he's took his time with Ndombele. He showed patience. He worked with him. He got him fit. He got him onto the field. He also done the exact same thing with Gareth Bale. Took his time. Worked with him. Motivated him in what way he thought he needed. Best. Ultimately, it's worked with Ndombele. It's worked with Gareth Bale. No matter what he said in the papers and all, it's worked. They're out on the field. A bar the North London Derby. They played well. They've come in. They've made a difference into his squads. It's as simple as that. So there goes the question of he can't man manage. Well, he's man managed Ndombele and Bale, even though they're nowhere near the fold. He still worked with them. Ultimately, he took time. He was patient with them. He let them get their fitness, and he got them on the field. That's man management. He could have just outcasted them. He didn't do it. He stuck with it. He worked with them. Again, it's another example of working with the squad. People saying that's what he's doing. He's working with the squad. Ultimately, these players weren't players that could come in instantly and help Mourinho. He's had to show patience with them. And that's what he's done. So there's more of them questions answered. This crack of what does he do on the training ground? Does he, like, what way is he setting up the teams? Now, we've already established that these players don't have it in them to press the way they used to. They just don't. It stopped under Pochettino. 5 years was enough. So we have to find different ways of playing. And Mourinho, he's done this. When we were top of the league, he was playing 4-3-3. That went sour. He changed to a 4-2-3-1. Bar two huge losses, it was working. It was working. So it's the same as the formation that Pochettino was playing. When he had his prime squad, it was working. But ultimately, when the big games came around, the same thing like you've seen this week, like you've seen in previous times under Pochettino, they bottled the big occasion. And Harry Kane, Hugo Lloris, Son, Alderweireld, they're not exempt. They are part of that. But they're the players that I predict we could keep out of that cycle, and the rest kind of have to go for me. They just have to go. They have to go. It's that simple. They're a cancer at this club. And we have Danny Kiriakou. He said this before to you, David. You speak my mind. Big up, Danny. Really do appreciate it. Everyone else, keep getting your super chats in. Big up, Danny boy. So he knew. Listen to this. So different formation styles throughout the season to try and get results. Now, if he didn't have the balls to do that and use his experience and football knowledge to do that, and the reason why I say experience is because, a lot of managers nowadays, especially these young ones that people talk about, Nagelsmann and Rodgers, they play the one way. They will not switch it up. So these people that are sitting there saying, Jose needs to switch it up, and then they call for Nagelsmann and Rodgers, you're not talking football sense. Let's be honest, because they don't switch it up. And if they have to come in and work with these players, like Mo has to sit there and work with these players, and they don't switch it up, it's not going to be very good, lads. So you can't say Mo has to switch it up and then call for Nagelsmann and Rodgers. Forget about that. So, and the reason why I said, his experience comes into play is because he's able to sit back, reassess the situation through tough times when people were calling for his head, and switch it up. Change to a 4-2-3-1. That's what he done. So, he's done good there. So basically, to do that, and it takes football knowledge to do that, guys. Football knowledge that some of these younger, inexperienced managers might not have. They might not have it. You know what I mean? And what I'd say is, would we be worse off? And the reason why I say that is because the names that you were banding around, well, not you, but that were being banded around was Nagelsmann and Rodgers. Now, they stick to the one way of playing and they don't change. So with this crop of players, and they have lasted as long as, would they have lasted as long as Mourinho? Bear in mind, Pochettino didn't change his way and got sacked. And like I said, that year from November to November, we would have been relegated. So is Nagelsmann and Rodgers the answer when they won't change their way with this crop of players? No. The players need to be rotated. The squad needs to be rotated. Look, every single fan, maybe bar a few as well last night, lads. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. So, 1 second. So, as well, when Mourinho stuck by Ndombele, performances improved when he came in. Right? They improved. Then they dipped. Bale was ready to come in. When he brought in Bale, performances were improving. They didn't play last night because they needed the rest. We all knew that. And look what happened. We got spanked. The players, it's simple as that. I know they played in the North London Derby. We didn't get spanked. We had chances at the end. We were still in the game. But when these players don't play, we just get annihilated. Because the players in their positions can't handle the pressure. Every single fan, maybe bar a few actually, most of them, and I'm taking myself out of this situation, bar maybe, no, because actually even Sissoko, I have over the games, I have to, if Sissoko's playing well, and I have said this, you have to stick with some of these players. When they're in form, play with them, and then when they're out of form, take them out, bring in the next person, because it's the way this squad is, right? But most of the fans out here have called these players good squad players. So, based on that, right, they're good squad players. We were 2-0 up going into the second leg of the Europa League last night. They're the games they're here for now, if they're squad players. Why didn't they turn up? I thought this is what they were there for. Most people that are Josie out all said that these players were good squad players. But then they want to blame Josie for last night and not really mention too much on the players. Josie's not doing this with the players. Josie's not doing that with the players. Players cost Poch's job. Players are going to do the same to Mourinho. They didn't take on Poch's instructions. Couldn't carry it out on the pitch. They're going to do the same with Mourinho. Mourinho came out and said he gave them a full whole day how to stop Orsic. Couldn't do it. Couldn't carry out the instructions. They're just not capable. These players are not capable. And that's the conclusion right now. These players are just not capable. And I have more. I'm going to keep going. But let's not lose sight from what I've said up until now, from the start till now. Think about it. A lot of it does make sense, lads. A lot of it makes sense. Loads of people said these players were good squad players. We don't want to talk about that last night. You know what I mean? These are the games they're supposed to be here for. Where were they? They weren't there. They didn't turn up. So I think last night is evident. Stop making excuses for these shitheads. They're not good squad players anymore. They're just not. And like I was saying, Kane, Hugo, they're not exempt. They were out there last night. You know what I mean? Again, big games when time matters, you're looking for these players to step up. They haven't. Go back to the League Cup final, Champions League final, many League Cup, FA Cup semi-finals, 2 league run-ins. It's all good doing it up until the time comes. But when the time comes, no one delivers. No one delivers. Yeah, another one. Many people last night, going into the game. Oh, why didn't Mourinho start Vinicius? You know what I mean? But most of them are Jose out. You know what I mean? Now, imagine if he did start Vinicius last night. What would they have done then? Straight after the game, they would have said, why did he play Vinicius? Why didn't he play Kane? So in that situation, he's damned if he does one thing and damned if he doesn't. Before the game, they're asking where Vinicius is. And then after, if we lose and he did play, well, why did we play Vinicius? We're not treating him with the fair crack of the whip we were treating Pochettino with. We're not analysing things the same way we were analysing on Pochettino. It's that simple. We're not giving this guy a fair crack of the whip. Under Pochettino, when it was talking about does he have to go, everyone sat here talking about players. We need to rotate players, investment. Pochettino sat here talking about painful rebuild. Not just going to be one window, it's going to be a few windows. It's going to take time under Mourinho if this is the guy. You're going to have to give him more than one window to change this squad from that old mentality into a squad that he can work with and get us to where we need to go. The core of this squad has been here too long. And we're here before Mourinho. In fact, the whole starting 11 last night were here before Mourinho came in. That tells me the problem is deep-rooted. Imagine that. Every single player that started that game last night in the starting 11 were here before Mourinho, and not one of them turned up. And they didn't when Poch needed them to either. And that just goes to show to me that there's too much of that losers here, and it's a lot more deep-rooted than Jose Mourinho. A lot more deep-rooted. Take everything I said up till now. It's a lot more deep-rooted than Jose Mourinho. And my point being on all this, lads, is the job is a poison chalice. It's a poison chalice. No matter who comes in, the problem is still going to be here until the squad is rotated. It's that simple. It is that simple. You could bring in Pep tomorrow, you could bring in Klopp, or you can go down the route of the two people that people say on a rebuild, a project. Nagelsmann, Brendan Rodgers. No matter who comes in, they're going to need investment. It's that simple. Obviously, some rebuilds cost more than others, but the ones that cost more are the ones that want to win trophies. It's that simple. You know what I mean? It is that simple. So the question is do they have the money to back Mourinho and let him have a good summer window? Or if not, who do you go for? Do you go for Brendan Rodgers? Do you go for Nagelsmann? Now, ultimately, if you're in their position, the jobs they want is in the top echelons of football. And they have every potential to get them with their playing styles and everything else. But do you not think they're going to be looking at Tottenham? And with this squad and with the two managers, Pochettino and Mourinho, two greats of the game, two people that are desired in football to this day, cost them their job. Do you think they're going to look at this club and say, yeah, I fancy I can turn that around? No, they're not. So when you can't do that, the next project you're looking at is Eddie Howe. Is Eddie Howe going to be the answer? Are we going to get glory days under Eddie Howe? No way. You can't get glory days under Pochettino, Mourinho. You're not going to get it under the likes of an Eddie Howe. It's that simple. It's that simple. If we, as well, lads, another thing I want to put to you is, if we sat Mourinho Are we also going to lose Hugo Lloris, Toby Alderweireld, Harry Kane, and the Korean King's son? If we do, will they stick around for another project? Bear in mind, 2 out of them 4 players, right, are players that I said, it was in the documentary and everything else, with the noises they were making, and what they said, stuck around because they want to play for Mourinho. They stuck around because of Mourinho. So if he goes, I think you can kiss bye to Toby Alderweireld. I think if he goes, it heightens the percentage of Harry Kane leaving. I'd like to think Harry Kane is going to be loyal and would love to stay at Tottenham. But it heightens that percentage because if you're Kane's son, before I get into that, Hugo Lloris, questions whether does he want to be here. There's questions around that. So when you take all that into account, your Hugo Lloris, your Toby Alderweireld, your Kane and your son, but especially Hugo and Kane. Now, they've been at Tottenham for such a long time. Such a long time. Credit to them. Now, they're coming to the end of their careers. They've stuck around. They've signed all the contracts. They've believed in all the projects, right? And ultimately, over the last few years, they've been let down in the transfer window. The quality of players that they would like to be playing with and that they deserve to be playing with haven't arrived in. And they're stuck playing with the backup brigade under Pochettino that he didn't want to play with. And that when he had to, cost him his job. So, you know, and you're looking at them. And the thing is, let's be honest, they all have the qualities and they all could be at bigger clubs winning trophies every season, competing for trophies. Or, well, not competing because they compete at Tottenham. We just don't win them. But, you know, they could be winning trophies at these bigger clubs. So if you're them and you do bring in a project manager and you're looking at it, they're like probably got what, another different cases with Toby and Hugo, probably what, another two years maybe, if even. Kane and son, another 4 or 5 years. Are they really going to stick around for another Tottenham project that can't guarantee trophies when they see no difference between where we were under Harry Redknapp to where we are now, even though we hit the height with Pochettino? And yes, the club has gone backwards. But those who are sitting there blaming Mourinho are not football people for the club going backwards. I'm sorry to say it, but not football people. You have to take yourself out of the situation and analyse things deeply. I get people want Josie out, but I guess what I'm trying to say is in hindsight, it might not be the best thing because it could be a lot more painful after this. Each to their own opinion. I respect everyone's opinion. You know, this is just mine. And I've put a lot of thought and a lot of time into this, and I hope people are taking bits and pieces of this on board. You know what I mean? So that's it. Like, you know, it hasn't been enough to get the recruitment over the years has not been enough to keep these players to stay. It just hasn't. It just has not. So if Mourinho goes, these will probably go too. I'm just saying to expect that. And here's another thing: whether you're Josie in or Josie out, take yourself out of the immediate situation. Have a look at the situation as a whole. The managers are not the problem at this club. The business side of this club is not the problem. But the recruitment side and the football side of this club is an absolute mess. It is a mess and has been since the new stadium. It has been. They've completely just focused on the business side. NFL contract, getting sponsors in, concerts, this, that and the other. And I've completely neglected the footballing side of this club. And that's the downfall of this great institution. You know, you can look at the managers and blame and question the managers. You can look at the players and debate and question the players. But ultimately, it's because we've neglected the football side of this club. The football operation side of this club. It's been completely neglected. And that's why we're in the situation we are in. You know, look, 10% managers, 30% players, and then I go 60% the board. 60% the board. And instead of using that money, Levy, to hire and fire managers and paper over the cracks, because all the business end, it looks good on paper, fuck that. Deliver what us fucking fans want at this club. Deliver it. Start investing. Use that money that you want to hire and fire managers with into the playing staff. Get it rotated so we can kick on. so we can be in the top echelons of football. Instead of sitting here at every big game being disappointed, being upset, being annoyed, being pissed off. But look, lads, that's the end of that's the end of what I had to say to everybody here today. I'm not going anywhere just yet. Don't worry. I want to sit here and talk to people. I want to see what people thought about this stream as well. Let me know. If there's anything you want to talk about, let me know. But that's the end of what I have planned for today. I hope people really enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm going to go into the transfer side of things. I'm going to go into the football side of things from top level down. There is going to be more of this. This isn't just a once-off. There's more of this. This is something I had planned, and I parked to the end of the season because I wanted to support this club. But it's come to a point where it's left me no option but to do this. I don't want to talk about Tottenham in this light. I want to be talking about Tottenham in a positive light. But at the end of the day, if we keep doing that, we're delusional. We have to address problems. We have to speak about it. And when you speak about it, the noise is made. When the noise is made, people hear. When people hear, we let them know it's not good enough, and they're not going to be scapegoated. You know what I mean? We have a couple of super chats here. I just want to take the super chats and run through a few of the comments. Gary Posby. First of all, Gary, I hope your father's okay, man. I hope he's doing well. I really do. And send out my best wishes to him. He says, Dave, glad your chat on you own way uncalled out yesterday. Yeah, I think I think what you're saying, but yeah, to have me speaking on my own and that, thank you so much, man. And I really do hope your father's okay, Mr. Speed. We have Brendan Sebastian. How can fringe players have influence throughout the team over the world class and top class players, Kane, etc.? What is going on in that locker room? This is it. You know, look, you have people out there for selfish causes. Winksy for the Euros. Dele Alli because he doesn't want to play. Too lazy. You know, Sissoko doesn't want to be there. Wants to run one day, doesn't want to run the next day. Ben Davies, just not good enough. Just not good enough. Harry Stinks again, just not good enough. Moussa Dembele or Moussa Sissoko, technically, not good enough. Aurier, being better. Mourinho, that's another player Mourinho you could argue has improved. Makes less mistakes. Still, we can do better. Doherty that was brought in hasn't worked out. You know what I mean? And then you're at a point where you have Reguilon, you have Højbjerg, you know, some of the players like that coming in, and you see some of them trying to play one way and other players trying to play another way. It's because we're in the midst of two different ideas, really. We never address the squad issue. Mourinho wants to play one way. Can't because the players just are not capable. We see I pointed that out underneath Pochettino. And Jose is actually using the best of his football brain and probably stretching it far and beyond to try and get a song and get this squad over the line. And, you know, look, we might limp over the line. Like I said, like, you know, we'll probably end up making a good goal for top four, but ultimately fail like we did last season. It's just what's in the squad. But whether you're Jose in or Jose out, we do need the core squad of these players to be gone. You know, people want to say, what do you want to do? Get rid of 10 players or one manager. Okay, I understand the argument. But ultimately, until you get rid of 5, 6 of them players, no matter what manager comes in, nothing's going to change. So all you're doing is wasting money on a manager when you could be putting that money into rotating this squad. Even if you can't sell them, fuck them. Send them to the under-23s and train. Just bring someone else in. Eventually, they'll go looking for a new club, and they will find one if they're desperate enough. It's that simple. You know what I mean? But big up Brandon Sebastian for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Island Life says Atlanta has some good defenders. Tot 943. I just want to see Eric giving Jose money to spend. Hyper Fan Television back Jose. Joe Sarker. Jose needs to do needs 2 centre backs, a full back, a Sabitzer, and with players like Skip and Scarlett coming, rebuild will be much easier with Jose. I've win big trophies if we sort out the back. New manager will take 3 years, and that's the thing as well. You know, you give Jose a bit of money, it might take less than what it will bringing in a new manager and rebuilding, and then ultimately, when you have the infrastructure for that new manager to come in, it's going to be easier for him to take off as well. You know, Adam Phillip heard rumours today that we are considering paying the 35 million for Vinicius. I can tell you now, Adam, if we do, that's a joke. Honestly, it's a joke. Look, he's just what if you're paying 35 million for Vinicius? That's telling me Mourinho is not going to be here after the summer because Mourinho doesn't trust him. He just doesn't trust him. If he trusted me, he would have started last night. That's the way I see it. So if that happens, Mourinho's bye-bye. Roberto da Silva, Mourinho is the front face. Of course, he will get stick first. It comes with the job, but the players put the shift in. 100%, Roberto. Fully agree. Carl Simpson saying, great stream. Tommy G saying, thank you, David. Hyper fans, we need 2 centre-backs. Sue Smith, welcome, Sue Smith. Danny Kiriako, they're just all replying to each other. Adam Phillips, we could get Ings for that. You know, look, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, my man. We have Wolfgang Print here with a super chat. Big up, Wolfgang. We all hurt with the results. Why everyone is losing their heads. But you're able to stay level-headed. That's why I listen to you. True army leader. That's all I want to talk. That's what I'm talking about, Wolfgang. Absolutely love it, man. Yeah, look, I have the generals. But look, yeah, of course, I could be the leader. You know what I mean? That's what we do. We stay level-headed. Look, you know what I mean? Fair play, great comment. Absolutely love it, man. You got me psyched up. Brilliant, my man. Big up, Wolfgang. We have Jizin Toomey. Need a new goalie. We have goalkeeper Clarkey. COVID killed Jose. Hopes of big money signings. For fuck's sake, ref. No way, Paul. They really do work like that. Wayne Winter. It's a goddamn mess, and that's a fact. Truthful, the board. Know nothing about football. Wayne Winter. I was actually talking to you. I saw, before this, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. Let me know what you think, man. Mac, that's a fact. Let's keep going. We have Aziz Rachel. Yeah, the club needs to set the bar in letting the players know who's boss. If you not down for the badge, then we will get rid of you. I die for the badge regardless of the manager or the board. And this is the thing. Regardless, where's your self-pride to say, okay, whether I get on with the manager or I agree with the manager, I want to win a trophy. But they didn't. They sacrificed. This is what we're dealing with, lads. They couldn't give a shit about the club. So a lot of these players are just too happy to be here. Like I said, we're wearing a balaclava. I hope they all were in balaclavas around training this morning. You know what I mean? What robbing the wages. Coming out on social media, like Lamella, oh, we want revenge. We're going to pick this up, this, that, and the other after North London Derby. We're up for this. Bullshit. The way he was speaking, I was expecting Tottenham Tigers to come along. Rah, 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 rah. We got Tottenham Cubs. We shied away. We were useless. Absolutely useless. And it's a joke. And this is the problem with these players, man. Could not give 2 shits. Treat our badge like Arsenal fans treat our badge, some of these players. And yeah, I'm going there with that. That's a disgrace last night, man. That's a hard one to take. Regardless of your thoughts, you play for the fans. You play for Tottenham fucking Hotspur. This great footballing institution, man. That's all we ask. Brian Daigle, we could hire Pep as manager and Klopp as his assistant. It wouldn't make a difference while these poor excuses of owners are here. 100%, Brian. Big up, Brian. And Brian, I actually hope you enjoyed this stream because another lad to talk to and I hear his thoughts. I really hope you enjoyed this, man. Even some Jose outers, I hope you kind of enjoyed it. Well, I hope you did enjoy it. I hope, hopefully, maybe you're not as Jose out as you once were or blamed him as much as you did and that you do see other things. We also have Holly. Get me the gin, David. I'm living lavish. Yeah, look, I feel like I need a bit myself sometimes. I'm not a massive drinker, but, when I do, I can certainly put them away. Spandan Samaran, same thing happened with Klopp and Pep and even Ole. But the board stuck with the manager and not the players. Parker and Nagelsmann don't have pulling power. Yeah, that's a great point. There was people weren't sure about Klopp, stuck with him. Look at the rewards. Same about Pep. People were questioning. Or maybe Pep's just not. Maybe he's not the same Pep that he was at Barcelona. No one's saying that anymore. But they were out there. Go back, look at headlines. That was out there. People were talking about it. He changed the squad. He got results. Look what happened. Trophies. Same as Jurgen Klopp. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Prime example. United were in the relegation, so in deep trouble. Said, no, we're sticking with him. And ultimately, they got the reward. It takes time. This is the thing. Footballing, it takes time. Well, our board take too much time. Too much time. We want things done in 10 days. They want 10 years to do it. You know, it's getting ridiculous. We have another super chat here. Will Stewart THFC rants. Great stream, great commentary. We agree 99%. Hashtag Harris Army, stay strong, stay Spurs. Absolutely love your punchline. That's William's punchline from now on, by the way. Stay strong, stay Spurs. And I will let him use the Harris Army in it if he wants without charging him copyright. But no, I'm glad you enjoyed the stream, Will. I really am. Thank you so much. We have another super chat, lads. They're flying in. Thank you so much. David, who do you think, Wayne Winter, big up Will, by the way, I appreciate it, my man. Wayne Winter. David, who do you think we will really leave? Who will really leave in the summer, and who can we afford? Levy and his cash crew are so lucky there's no fans. Wicked show, lad. Leaving in the summer, see, this is a tough one. Like, you know, I could talk about in the summer if Jose stays. I could talk about if Jose goes. You know what I mean? Then if Jose goes, what manager do you get in? What players does he fancy? What players does he want gone? You know, so there's a lot of variations there. If we're talking about keeping Jose in this summer, well, we already know who's on the transfer list, or who we're definitely going to be listening to offers for, which is Ben Davies, Serge Aurier, maybe not Matt Doherty because he's only had a year, Eric Dyer, Davison Sanchez. Potentially, if something comes in for Alderweireld and he sees no way, he could end up leaving. Hugo Lloris maybe has one eye set on PSG. Harry Stinks, Moussa Sissoko train. Lucas Moore I'd listen to offers for. Lamela I'd listen to offers for. You know, and look, there's more there as well probably. That's just off the cuff. You know what I mean? Then who do you go for? See, we can't afford just to go down the route of buying in numbers. We have to get in quality now. There has to be a change in the way we approach the transfer market. We have to start bringing in the quality to deliver. Not. Oh, well, we need a centre attacking midfielder. Let's go and get Bruno Fernandes. You know, let's bring him in. You all seen the impact he's had at United. But some bright spark sat there and said, Daniel, genius. Let's not go and get Bruno Fernandes. Let's go and get Lo Celso. And then we can also use the bit of cash left over, that 5-10 million that we were going to spend to bring in Fernandes. Let's go and get in Jedson Fernandes on loan. Let's trick them. Instead of bringing Bruno, let's bring Jedson. And look what happened there. And the reason why they've done that is because whoever the bright spark was like, oh, well, we can fill centre attacking midfield and centre midfield. What a bargain. You know what I mean? This is the problem. That's our transfer approach. It's not good enough. Not good enough. But big up Wayne Winter. I absolutely love the super chat, my man. Jordo Stevens, big up Jordo. Jordo is in the building. How are we? In any other job, if you underperform, you get disciplined or get the sack. These players are just employees who underperform and don't give a toss. It's the truth. You know, you underperform. Look, here's another thing. So, look, obviously football is a bit different, but when you put it towards other businesses, say a restaurant. Now, the owners don't sack the manager of a restaurant if things are underperforming. They analyse it, and then, you know, but ultimately what they do is they start rotating the staff on the ground level, regardless. You know what I mean? So you can apply the same principles to a football club in reality with your playing squad. You know what I mean? You're going to get rid of two of the greatest managers ever lived, Mauricio Pochettino and Jose Mourinho. You want that in your CV? Man, no clubs are really going to touch you, really. You know what I mean? But Jordan Stevens, yeah, I fully agree. You know, honestly, why is none of these players really coming out apologising? Why are they all hiding behind Jose Mourinho? Why is Daniel Levy and the board hiding behind Jose Mourinho? Now, knowing the character Jose Mourinho is, he's probably said to the players, look, say nothing, I'm just going to take this on the chin, but you better fucking perform. But honestly, come out. Speak. The only reason why Lloris spoke yesterday is because he was pushed out there to do a press conference. Probably didn't even want to do that. You know what I mean? But that's the only reason why. Look, it's just not good enough. It's not good enough. But big up, Joro. I really do agree with that, my man. I have to say. Mark Hayes, we should keep a nucleus of our best players and bring in the youth. Lewis won't put his hand in the pocket. Another thing, the youth academy. Look, there are players there with a lot of potential. But do we get enough out of that like we should compared to other academies? Probably not, Probably not. Like, we've already got our generational talent out of it through Harry Kane. But we don't really produce enough from the youth academy either. So who's in charge of bringing in these youth players? Who's in charge? Because you don't really see too many. Marcus Edwards was supposed to be the new Messi. He left. Rio Griffiths banging goals for underage football. Fancied his shots at first team, didn't get it, said, no, I'm moving on free, I'm not signing a new contract. You know what I mean? There's a lot of this that goes on. We have Daniel Menz. He says Harry Kane need to leave for his future. Look, if Harry Kane left, I wouldn't blame him. I'd give him all my best wishes. I'd say, please, go win trophies. You deserve it. You really deserve it. And I'm sorry how the club treated you and didn't back you and didn't give what you want to be able to break the goals record and to be able to win trophies and have that cabinet you deserve. I'm sorry. That's what I'm going to say to Harry Kane. I'll say the same to Hugo, Alderweireld, Sonny. I'll say the same to them too. What I'd say to Winks is, okay, well, where do you need to be? Right, I'm coming over, I'm picking you up, and we're getting down there early. That's what I'd say to some of them players. Wayne Winter, Sue, hate is a strong word, but I do hate Levy. Look, people know my thoughts on Levy. I don't really want to give away too much of my next stream on this. White Red says make Tottenham again. I don't really know what that means, to be honest. GK Clarkey, we may as well kept Troy Parrott rather than get Vinicius. That's another thing. Why are you loaning in somebody and paying them wages when you've Troy Parrott there? Me personally, look, I don't think Troy Parrott's good enough. Well, if you're going to take a gamble on someone like Carlos Vinicius, then take a gamble at someone you already have at the club. Another great point, GK Markey. Another great point. Who else do we have? We have another super chat here from Jordo Stevens. Big up, Jordo. Players are so quick to come on social media when we win and say how proud they are and how much they love the club. Where are they now? Why no apologies? Now, I'm just going to leave that there for about 30 seconds and say nothing and let everybody read that. And just let it soak in. Just let it soak in. Take it in. And the reason why I said that is because it's so true. It's so true. He's dead right, Jordo. You're dead right. All over social media, we love this Tottenham team. Lucas Moura, Coys. Where was Lucas Moura coming out last night? Look, fans, sorry, it wasn't good enough. Shit. I'll come out here chanting Coys. And then I didn't deliver last night. I made a tit of myself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the pain you fans are going through. No, but Jordo's right. As soon as they're winning, Coys, this, that, and the other. Joe, they're going hiding now. That's what they're going to do. They're going to see no social media. Nothing coming out of them. They're all going to go hiding. No more of this mafioso shit. No more of Lucas teaching Vinicius English. That's all going to go. They're all going to go hiding. I'm sick of some of this stuff going on at the club. You know what I mean? Aziz Rachel agrees with you, Jordo. David Furlock, Fairclough agrees with you. Abby Light, these players don't care. They are stealing and living at Tottenham. 100%. 100%. You know what I mean? 100%. Dan the man, Jordan, you're right. See? You know, big up, Jordan. You are right. Love your channel. Don't ever change. Big up, Wally. By the way, put in your comment in the live stream that you were supposed to put in for your super chat. And thank you so much for the donation, my man. Really do appreciate it. Lads, I'm going to go for another 5 minutes. If you enjoyed the stream, really put in the super chats because I really did take a long time today to put this together for you. So get your super chats in and show your appreciation and also get your questions in. We're going to spend another 5 minutes here with the Harris Army. Bob Squash V2, how do we get Enoch out? Look, ultimately, I don't know. Look, you could go down the route of not buying stuff in the club shop, not going to games, not giving them revenue at match day or ticket revenue, and that hurts the pockets. But then it also hurts the transfer business. So it's like they have us in handcuffs right now. You know what I mean? That's what it's like because you know what's going to happen. The revenue dips. Oh, well, we can't buy players because you guys aren't turning up to the game. And it's not easy to sell the club right now with with the pandemic. Who's going to have the money? Businesses have been destroyed left, right, and centre. Who's going to have the money to buy Tottenham right now? You know, that's the problem, Bob. But big up for the comment, my man. Dan the man saying in catch 22, Brian Daigle. The reason they don't come out and apologise is simply down to the culture that has been set at the club. Failure is okay if we make money. Totally unacceptable. 100%. Look, it's the loser mentality. This is what I do be talking about. It's the participation medals. The winning and losing out of the culture is gone out of the club. You know, when you want to die, bleed for the badge. You can't wait to get your opportunity. When you get your opportunity, you know, you're sitting there like licking the manager's hoop, like thank you so much. Now it's like, fancy playing Sunday. Will you try your best? Yeah, sound. You know, it's a disgrace. But big up, Brian. Appreciate that comment. Tommy G, thanks, David. And don't be sorry for showing passion, mate. No, I'm never sorry for showing passion, lad. It's one thing I'm never going to be sorry for. I've always said, I would like to apologise to absolutely nobody. You know what I mean? Look, my passion's never going to die. Ever going to die for this club. We could be down in the Conference League in 10 years' time. I'm still going to be that guy that gets a plane over and is going to be the only one standing there. I'm going to be like the Wheelstone Raider or whatever you want to call him. That's who I'm going to be when I'm older. Or, you know what I mean, when this club ends up going down that level. I'm going to be the Wheelstone Raider. Danny Kiriaki has become a new member. Big up, Danny, you absolute legend. We'll be doing a call-in show next week. Everyone else, you want to be like Danny, go and grab a membership. Come on the call-in show. Let me know what you want to talk about. All those people out there with channels, grab a membership. Come on, talk, promote your channel. What more do you want? Victor HM, you call it like it is, David. Yeah, look, I try to be as real as I can. I don't try to sugarcoat things. Things aren't good enough. They're not good enough. It's that simple. David, can you please do a show about player power, about the effects it has on the club and in the direction the supporters want to go down and just get rid of managers? Jess, you're almost asking me to be a journalist there. I'm not that good, honestly. I'm not that good. You know, I'm good, but I'm not that good. But I'll try my best. I'll try and give the fans what they want, you know. Like I said, I do have more of these streams coming. Don't you worry. I had them all planned out ages ago. Just for anyone out there, I had it all planned out ages ago. Parked the bus till the summer because I wanted to see them put all my passion into the boys and everything else, see them out throughout the end of the season because I really did believe trophies were coming, like so many others. But ultimately, now's the time. Now is the time to bring it out. Wayne Winter, Sue, that's exactly what I was going to say. Bob Squash, hopefully us fans can really make a stand when we are allowed back in stadiums. We have to make a stand. Fully agree with you. You know, you need to let them know. Tin Man 007, my guy. We have the most undemanding fans in football. 100%. When you're sitting here saying Winks is a good squad player and Sissoko's a good squad player and making excuses and they're not set up right. They weren't told to do this. How long are these guys in football, lads? How long have they've been playing football since a kid? They're playing football since a kid. They don't need to be told everything. They're fully grown men. Paid over 100 grand a week to get out there on the pitch, to get the wipes their arse wiped for them if they wanted. You know what I mean? Just get out on the pitch and put in the performance. Yeah, 100% at fault for all this mess. Levy, yeah, look, I fully agree with you, Tin Man. Big up, Tin Man. And like I said, everybody, get your super chats in. Show me the appreciation for the stream and help take this channel to the next level. Like, you know, I've been bringing some very good guests on lately. With a stream like today, I want to keep going down this route as well. I want to get out of this immediate Josie in, Josie out, this immediate reactionary shit. I don't want to be bogged down in that. I want to start doing streams like this. That's what I want to do. So all the super chats really do help go that way ultimately. It's a massive, massive help. And Wayne Winter here has answered the call. Big up, Wayno. I hope you're feeling better after that stream anyway. David, you're a true gent, and I'm sure we all appreciate what you're doing. Thanks, lad. Excellent content. Big up, Wayne. Really do appreciate it. No, look, everybody does appreciate it. And that's shown through numbers, views, likes, the support, the messages on Twitter, WhatsApp, everything else. You know, it's shown. Everyone has shown me so much support. And I'm so, so grateful for it. Honestly, like I said, when I started this journey, I I would have thought 50 people listening to me is amazing. Of 1,500 subscribers, and that wouldn't be done without you guys enjoying the content and passing the name, whether you can put in super chats or not. So, like, you know, not everyone's in a position. Money's tight. I understand that. I'm in that situation myself. You know what I mean? But the likes you guys throw, the way you spread the word, you help the channel grow in other ways. And I really do appreciate that as well. Big up, everybody. Like I said, this channel wouldn't be where it is without any of you all playing your part. We have Mark Hayes. He says, Bezos, Amazon, get him in. Top job, mate. Keep up the brilliant chats. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. Danny Kiriakou, Levy in the board never backed Poch ambitions and Kane's ambition. Poch was close because he knew he could not take that current squad further without big changes. Fact. 2, sacking Jose is not the fix. Look, hopefully that's what you got out of the stream. You know what I mean? That's kind of. Look, I went into as in depth to everything as I possibly could, and look, sorry I wasn't looking people in the eyes speaking. But like I said, I'd write it down. There was too much I wanted to get off my chest. Joe Salter, Spurs doesn't need hitching when Jose is here. Diaz, Skriniar, Stones, Rudiger, Castagna, Bruno, all scouted by Jose and all doing exceptionally well this season. Jose got better scouting network than players. 100%, you know. What can you say? It's all there in Joe Salter's comment. Some play for Jose, some play for money. Big up, Dan the man. Fair comment. Arthur Everston, Mr. Edwardson says that's true. Roberto da Silva, well done, Dave, for calling out the players and not deviating from the serious issues. No, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Tim Man 007, what do you make of Lloris's comments? I'll be honest with you. I listened to them 5 or 6 times, and each time I listened to them, it was kind of from a different angle. I was getting different things from it, and honestly, what I take from it, genuinely, is the frustration of these losers at the club. That when they're called upon, they just let them down. They let them down on the pitch, doing the same now. And I think he's just fed up with the losers. But like ultimately, you can't come out and your shit, your shit, your shit. Anytime you play, this happens. You know what I mean? You can't do that. But that's what I thought he was getting at. Then I thought he was also making me having a dig at the board. Well, these results happen if these players are here with their mentality. That's what I thought maybe he was getting at. So I hope that answers your question, Tin Man. Jordan Stevens, he says, take Stones in a heartbeat over those 2 idiots at the back. 100%. 100%. You know, Tottenham put the sounders out there, same for Rudiger. Didn't happen. Sorry, guys, I just had to lube up the mouth there. I'm going dry. Abby Light says, Sissoko cannot get into Sheffield United right now. Winks is not good enough for Brentford FC, championship team. But somehow they are Tottenham. Well, all I'm going to say is it's amazing that Winks' best game this year was Wickham, Stoke, Brentford, Leeds United. Look, Leeds United in the Premier League, for how long, I don't know, but it's just strange that he found his level in them games, really, isn't it? You know, but big up, Abby Light. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Absolute hero. Thank you so much. Pedro Suarez. Big up, bro. Great content. Love from Toronto. Thank you so much. And now the fact that you said you're from Toronto, mate. 2 American channels to really go and check out. American Canadian. One is Tottenham Away. The second one is THFC rants Will Stewart. Will is going to be doing it at times, year kind of downtime, night time, evening time. You know what I mean? So fair play to him. 2 channels for you to check out. Big up Pedro Suarez. Don't ever leave my channel. Please keep coming back. Hopefully you smash the like and the subscribe as well. And I'm really glad you enjoyed the content. And look, I'm here in Ireland. Someone's listening to me from Toronto. That's madness, lads. That's absolute madness. Thank you so much, Pedro. Absolute legend, man. And then we have another super chat here from Danny Kiriakou. Big up, Dano. David, have you typed the word dodgy in Google to see what they have put as a definition of the word dodgy? Even Google are taking the piss. No, I haven't actually. but everyone else that's tuning in. Look, I've already seen the numbers dropping, Danny. They're all gone to do it now. What you do, man? You should have put that in right at the very end. I know, I'm only messing, man. No, but I'm definitely going to do that after the stream. Thank you, my guy. I really do appreciate the super chat. Clegg UK, keep up the great work. Joe27, hey guys, hope everyone is all still pissed off from last night. The bunch of bottle jobs. Someone's still angry. We all are, believe me, Joey. FFS ref. None of the financial crashes affected the football economy. It's a phenomenal industry. Don't let anyone tell you there isn't huge investors wanting to buy a club. To be honest with you, look, it has. It has. You've seen that in the January transfer market. Nobody could really do business. You know, especially for players that want. You know, whether the money's there or the clubs won't sell them because they don't have the money to replace. You know what I mean? It kind of has in a way. But I can see where you're going with it. There are still the big wigs out there, the billionaires who, you know, the pandemic hasn't affected. You know, the likes of all the superstore owners and food chain owners that are allowed to open. You know, you have the people out in the East, America, Canada, all the big wigs with money as well. So I guess in that sense, you're correct. Carlos Blanco, Endembele is not great. I'm sorry he goes missing in big games. Do you know what? My father spent weeks telling me that, drilling it into me, and I agree in a way, but in the same way, I just can't help but like the guy. You know, sometimes I do think he's funny, you know. Like, he could be disinterested. Next thing he pops up, one shoulder, two shoulders, steps over, plays a bit, and then he disappears again. But ultimately, no, look, he does need to do it on a more consistent basis. We have Jaggy Babs. We need to sign Harry Dong from Shanghai SIPG to improve their defence. Oh, what's that guy? The English Maguire, everybody calls him. I know who you're talking about, my man. Sue Smith says, can't we email some of them then? Get them in like now. Look, I suppose you could. You know, but are they going to read them? No. What happens is at these clubs is ultimately they have people there that respond to them for them. So it never really gets the owner unless it's something they're expecting. So you probably are wasting your time. You will get a message back saying, or a letter back saying, oh, look, you know, we take your concerns on board. We have done this and, you know, this, that, and the other. But that's just by someone that's paid there to answer and respond to these. Daniel Levy doesn't have enough time today in the day to respond to every fan. So they don't go to him, and that's the problem as well. Jordo Stevens, Wink scored a goal of the season, when really it was an utter flop of a pass. Yeah, you know, 100%, but he's probably living off that. He probably thinks he deserves to go to the Euro off that. You know what I mean? It wouldn't surprise me. He'd probably walking around, I should score that goal, man. I ain't going to the Euros. No one could do that. I really hope. Actually, put your money on now. He's not going to the Euros. Put your money on it. He's not going to the Euros. Gareth Southgate is going to wake up by then and realise he's not good enough. He wanted to bring in Jude Bellingham ahead of Harry Winks. He's not going to the Euros. The guy needs to wake up and stop being delusional. I can see what he's doing. He knows he's not good enough, so he keeps mentioning his name at the Euros. So that's the question, and that's the paper talk hoping Gareth gives in. He ain't going to the Euros. Someone please tell him. If anyone knows him or knows someone that can get in contact with him, just tell him he's not going. Tell him to wake up. Awesome all with the super chat. The board don't care. Why should the players care? Yeah, that's a hard one because I want to believe that these players love this club. They love the fans. They love the sport we show them. And that, you know, they care in that sense. But I can see what you're getting at in terms of Harry Kane's being let down, Son's being let down, Hugo Alderweireld with the players, this, that, and the other. So I can get where you're coming at. So that's a fair point. Awesome all. We have Eunice, big up, David, my man. Love your streams, passion and love for the club. It's tough it's been tough for us, but we all move on. Yeah, been very tough. I echo your sentiments, my man. Jordo Stevens, when you put country over club, there's a real problem. 100%, Jordo. 100%. And guys, by the way, if you want that sexy, see that little badge right here? Right here. That little one there. If you want that beside your name, grab a channel membership. Grab a channel membership. Paddy Harnett, great show tonight, pal. Now pick your team for Sunday. No, that's coming in my preview tomorrow, man. That'll come in my preview tomorrow. I don't want to be giving it away. Winks did not get the Euros call up. Only Eric and Harry Kane got the call up. Yeah, Eric got the call up, but trust me, he's not going to be there for much longer. Moon boots, when he rocks up with them moon boots, he's going to kick him straight back out. He's going to tell him to go and get a new pair. This summer is going to be huge for us. So many shits so get rid of. Also waiting to see if Kane and Son will be at the club still. Yep. And that's the thing. You have to take that in consideration when you're asking for Mourinho to go. And, you know, that's all I'm saying. Sue Smith, Winksy should worry about us, not England. 100%. But look, guys, I hope everyone's enjoyed it. I hope everyone, whether you're Josie in or Josie out, tried to see where I was coming at from with the stream. Hopefully everyone's took something away from it. I hope everyone's enjoyed it. But I'm going to end it there now in about another minute. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. Thank you, everybody, for the memberships. Absolutely love it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, putting your comments in all the way throughout the live stream. It's been absolutely wonderful. I do have something I want to end on. Just give me 1 second there now. Oh, yes. Yes. So, look, whether you're Josie in, Josie out, Enoch in, Enoch out, at the end of the day, we all agree that performance put in by them absolute bottle jobs last night is not acceptable on any level. When you wear that badge with the pride that we do, when we sit here with smiles on our faces every match day, they should be going out there with that same pride, with that same passion of representing the jersey. And I hope they're all sitting at home devastated over what happened. Are they? Probably not. There's probably only 4 or 5 you can say he is. The rest are probably sitting there having a few cans tonight. You know what I mean? Or probably out celebrating, probably over with a friend or whatever. They're not hurting. They couldn't care. They're going to get into the queen-size bed with the nice big memory foam mattress and fall asleep, counting sheep. That's what's going to happen. Couldn't give a shit about this club. And they need to wake up. And they need to care about the club the way we do, the way the Harris Army do. And that's it for tonight, lads. I hope everyone's enjoyed it. It's been great. Smash a like on the stream. Smash a subscribe on the channel. I'm sorry it couldn't be a positive stream today, but I hope everyone's took something away from it. In Jose we trust. Come on, you Spurs.